Good morning and welcome to the My Tarot Morning Reflection, our daily inventory, and a chance to what? Check in with the universe, see how we're doing, take a breath. And even just sitting here. So, I'm one of those people that's ADD, bouncing all off the walls. I mean, I've had somebody telling me this for, saying, that I had ADD for years. It's like, but one of the things about meditation and doing something like this is that, and teaching especially, the more I teach, good morning, Jenny, good morning, Maureen, but the more the more I remind myself and remember why I do what I do in the morning, and it really does make me mindful and conscious of, when I say that everything's an omen and there are no coincidences, it's just a psychological thing. So last night I was at the office till 11 o'clock or something like that. Had to take care of a VPN thing, not working. And I get home and so I can tell that there's certain actions of mine that, I feel like I've had a lot of energy. I've got my coffee, everything's going good. But there's certain things that it's like my mind's just not catching up to. And before I did something like this, where I took a morning to check in, I would be beating myself up, or I would notice that it's like, all right, I'm tired and I need to make allowances for that. And I really wouldn't take account for that because I wasn't even living healthy anyway. So the thing is that when we take care of ourselves, when we do something like this, it just reminds me that we become aware of ourselves. We become aware of how we are, and it's actually more caring about ourselves. Because as I'm sitting there and I realize, all right, my brain is slower than normal, and I'm not thinking as well as I normally would. Now I'm taking that into account, and it's all because it's, sitting here reflecting on things instead of getting frustrated. So I think it's important for us to remember that when we check in, we are actually seeing where we are and what we need to do to make allowances for ourselves today. And how do we do that? Well, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. So what am I listening to here? I'm getting that breath, which means my feet flat on the floor, my butt in the chair doing the kitty dance, checking in with the shoulders, checking in with the neck, taking that extra breath. Really is about taking care of ourselves, because if you don't do it, who will, right? So, guess what I'm going to do here? I am going to make our 3 stacks. And each one of these is like a different thread going out to the universe. Each one of these is like a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path. Because logically speaking, this stack right here, these cards are going to be a different conversation than this one or this one. And each one of these are going to lead us down a different path. So, today, let's take this top stack, or what I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it. Which, when we don't get enough sleep, or when we're not paying attention, that's perfect. It's like recognizing what's not in front of us. What's in front of us and we're not seeing it. And that can be not just physical things, it could be watching somebody else, being concerned about other people's emotional states. It could be obvious in front of us, and we get so wrapped up in our own lives, we don't even check in with people around us. So, I'm going to do our 3-in-1 here. And flipping each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. And you know what? Maybe it's just that time of the year. Maybe it's just that feeling. But here we have the Two of Cups. So cups are, by this time, after almost 900 videos, some of you may have heard it before, but our cups are what? Emotions, feelings, spirituality, and things that keep us grounded. Things that keep us grounded. I am tired. See? That's why I'm going to be careful at work today. It's our emotions, our feelings, and our spirituality. And twos, as she represents here, twos are about balance. Twos are about finding that balance, coming together, sharing. So it is about getting out of ourselves. And we, the people in front of us, the people around us that we care about particularly, are a reflection of us. And when I walk up grumpy and when I walk up distracted, guess what that mirror is going to reflect? When I walk up with a cup and I hand that person a cup and I'm smiling, guess what that's going to reflect? Not that we can always be bright and cheery, because believe me. But the next card is the Hanged Man. So what is the Hanged Man? The Hanged Man is about sacrifice, acceptance, seeing things a different way. But it's also about being aware that sometimes we can't control the situation. It's about being aware that sometimes we just need to stop. Sometimes we need to be willing to accept the moment. We need to be willing to slow down long enough to see the way things are. So when we have like the Two of Cups, and like I say about a reflection, are we slowing down? Are we seeing people for who they really are, what they really are? And then making our choices based on stopping and actually analyzing and seeing. So let's see what the next card is, which is the Star. So this is one of those mornings where we have two majors so far out of three cards. Minor cards, these are our day-to-day cards, right? The majors are the destiny cards. The majors are the ones we pay attention to. So what we're seeing here is two cards about inactivity, really. So we have the Star. The Star is often seen as guidance. The Star is often seen as faith, hope. But it's hope and faith are important to have in various situations. But they're also an inaction. They're waiting. Both of these cards are waiting cards. So this is a very slow spread this morning. The Two of Cups, it's a beginning. The Hanged Man is about stopping, being patient. And the Star is literally about having faith, believing, slowing down. Let's take a look at the advice card to see how it ties it together. To the Ace of Pentacles. So, Pentacles are home, health, finances, all these things that keep us grounded. Aces are seeds. They're beginnings. So, today's about really taking a look, if this is a mirror. And remember how I said when this person walks up to this person and they're grumpy, how's that reflection going to look? Well, we need to look at this mirror and say, what is it that we need to slow down, analyze, have some faith in, and try something different? Look around and say, you know what? I need a change. I need to do something different. Right now, if we're the Hanged Man, it gives us a chance. I mean, he's not going anywhere. And he's the center of all this. We see the positive that's out there. It's just hard sometimes to have faith in that positive. But we are that reflection for other people also. And if we can plant that positive seed, if we can live that positive seed, so that once again we're here, and if we don't need to be rose-colored glasses. We just need long enough to be able to say to somebody, here's a cup. And then if their reflection smiles, then our reflection might reflect that also. So today it really is about slowing down, looking for the positive, looking for that guidance that we find in the star. And then asking, where can we plant this seed? And this seed isn't about an idea. The seed isn't even about, our creativity and our fire energy. This is all about cups and coins. So this morning, and now I'm going to have to think about this reflection here when I go to work and when I'm out with people. There's so many people that are just so glum. My gosh. I'm sitting there watching people get into arguments with the AI bots on Facebook because of the vote last night. People are getting into arguments with AI bots. And it's like, step away, put the phone down, take this cup of friendship, let's slow down, let's find some real guidance. That's not an AI bot. And there, we've just changed somebody's life, and the reflection in front of us is going to reflect on us. So today really is about doing the positive, finding the positive in our lives, finding the positive in our lives so that we can reflect that to somebody else. And that reflection is the seed. And with that, I hope everybody again has that amazing, amazing, amazing day. I am going to be back here again tomorrow. And if it's already evening, I hope you have an amazing evening. If this is tomorrow when you're watching this, I hope your tomorrow or the day after that turns out to be amazing. And I will be back tomorrow. Thanks again.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around, the story